Adorned in style, please welcome the Bronze Bomber and still the WBC Heavyweight Champion of the World, Deontay Wilder.
Oh man, what an amazing night tonight. Thank you guys for patiently waiting. I mean, what can I say? I mean, everything we've been talking about for this promotion, I mean, the fight lived up to the hype. Ortiz, you know, you got to get it, take your hats off to him. He's definitely one of the most dangerous men in the heavyweight division. As I always say, that's why none of these other heavyweights do not want to fight him. And he proved that tonight. You know, hopefully, you know, they'll give him an opportunity now. Maybe they see a little kinks in his game and give him the opportunity and that he's truly deserved. But I really had to be smart with him. We knew that coming in. We knew that in training camp. I went back and looked at videos and see what I was doing right and what I did wrong. I looked at video and I looked and saw what he did right and what he did wrong. And you know, we put a game plan together. And it was an amazing fight. I saw the opportunity, I took it, and my statement that I said these guys have to be perfect for me for 12 rounds, I had to only be perfect for 2 seconds, it's legit. I proved that tonight as well. What else can I say? We're still undefeated, we still have our belt, and now we move on to the next phase and chapter in my life. I'm looking to be undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. One champion, one face, one name. I'm on the pursuit of that, and I'm getting closer and closer each and every time.
Hello, Deontay. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
2 questions for you. You were trailing on all 3 scorecards at the time that you scored the knockout. And I wonder, as the fight is progressing, are you thinking to yourself, you know, I'm probably losing this fight at the moment, but I have that great equalizer, I can get it out with 1 shot? Or were you losing the fight and kind of upset the fact that you're losing the fight?
I mean, to be honest, I never worry about if I'm losing the fight or not. You know, I'm blessed with something that these other guys is not blessed with, and that's tremendous power. And I know that when I hit guys, you know, it hurts them. So when you have power like I have, you know, you're not worrying about if you're winning rounds or not. I don't want that to be in my mind whether I'm winning a round or not. You know, and because I don't want my mind to be cloudy, you know, thinking about the rounds and the rounds. You know, most of the time these guys win rounds on me anyway, you know, but I know that sooner or later, you know, it's gonna come, and when it comes, bam, baby, good night, like I always say.
The other question is this, there's been some chatter in the press center while we're waiting for you guys, for your team and you to come out here, and people on social media, et cetera, saying, you know, after seeing a knockout like that and all the knockouts that you've had, that maybe Deontay Wilder is the greatest knockout puncher in the history of boxing. What is your thought when you hear people even broach the topic? What do you think?
You know, I mean, at this point in time, you know, you got to give me my credit at this point in time. I mean, it's sad that it took me over 40 fights to get the recognition that I truly deserve. Because when people see me, they never see my style, and I know it took a while for them to get used to what I display, my talent that I present to boxing. But it's different than any other fighter. What I do is not textbook. You know, you can't really teach it, and I think that what makes me unique. That what differentiates me from the rest of these fighters. Like I said, you know, none of these guys not willing to fight guys 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds and still knock guys out like that. And at this point in time, I think I earned my due respect and my credit, you know, to say that I am the hardest hitting puncher in boxing history, period. And I earned that. And over and over again, continuously, consistently, I do what I do time and time again, give people great fights and great knockouts and try to fight the best. And still, when I fight the best, do it. This always remind me back with Emmanuel Stewart, you know, once said that, you know, he told me personally that, you know, he said you're fighting little oppositions right now, but even when you move up into the, you know, so-called top, what people say the top, you're still gonna knock them out. He told me that personally, and I'm fulfilling that what he told me. So may he rest in peace.
Deontay over here. The person who actually was crediting your power was Tyson Fury's trainer, Ben Davison, but he also said that he saw a couple of holes in your game that they plan on exposing in the next fight. Considering that Fury was outboxing in the first match, how do you go with a different game plan in the second fight, considering the circumstances?
Well, you know, each and every fight, every fighter, you know, every time a person fight, they, you know, that's the saying. We see different holes, we see different things. You're not going to be perfect in a fight. No one is. So, you know, I hope he took notes and carry it back, you know, to this camp, because I'm going to knock Fury out like I did the first time. Point blank period. And you know, so I'm not worried about anything what anyone says. You know, I'm proving. You know, these guys, if they were so sure about certain things, and if they seen so much, he would have took the rematch immediately. I'm not around here running around doing 100,000 things. I was the one that demanded the rematch as soon as possible, especially when it was a controversial decision. I'm the one fighting the best of the best in the division. I don't see no other fighters risking any fights. Last time I checked, Fury only had two big fights on his resume, and that's a win against Klitschko and a knockout against me. And the last two was against, you know, up-and-coming fighters. Look at me. I'm putting my title on the line each and every time. And I'm only getting better and better and better with the timing and the setting up these fighters. So come February, I hope they're ready, because I'm ready. You know, I'm in great shape. This is going to be a quick turnaround for me. I haven't done this since the beginning of my career, and this is going to only make me better. You know, fighting the oppositions that I'm fighting, you know, doing it often and getting ready to go back in there February again. So I wish those guys good luck. I hope Ben took a lot of notes, and because I'm ready.
Deontay, right in front, congratulations on the win. First question, have you ever hit any one person harder with one punch than you hit Ortiz tonight? And if you have, who was it?
When people ask me which one is my favorite knockout, I always go back to the Spuka knockout. I think that was the most devastating knockout that I've ever hit a fighter with, you know what I'm trying to say. I never seen nothing like that. I really thought I killed Spuka at that point in time, man. When you hit a guy like that and he come out of the hospital, still have the hospital gown on, you know something. You know that was a good night for me and a bad night for him. But I mean, I'm always amazed at myself when I knock guys out. You know, when I go back and see it, I'm always amazed at what I've done. You know, although I am the one that's doing it, but it don't register in my head at that moment in time until I go back and actually really sees it. I mean, no one is doing what I'm doing, you know, with devastating knockouts like that. That's what I give to people, devastating knockouts. And to see the reaction of their body when they hit the canvas is just unbelievable, you know. So I'm just happy to be in this division, the heavyweight division, where it once was in a dark place and now it's just on fire, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
The other question, you said you didn't care about the scorecards, but I was just puzzled. You weren't throwing a lot of punches at all. You were sitting there, and I thought maybe you'd start throwing the right hand to try to break something open, but you didn't do it. Why were you being so economical with the punches and waiting and so patient?
I had to be with a fighter like Ortiz that had 500 fights. You got to be smart with a fighter like that. You just can't go in and do anything with him. And I knew that coming in from the first time I fought him. I knew that, and coming in, I knew that I couldn't rush it. I wanted to wait. I wanted to wear him down a little bit. I wanted to measure him. I wanted to go different angles at him. I wanted to see how he react when I do this, how he react when I do that, you know. And most of all, I just wanted to have fun in there. And I think I accomplished, you know, everything tonight. And when I actually found the shot that I was looking for, bam, baby, good night.
Deontay, congratulations on the victory. You know, the last time we had a truly big heavyweight title fight in the U.S., it was Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson. Your fight with Fury the last time was big, but not quite to that level, of course. How big can this rematch be, especially after this highlight reel knockout, another one for you?
I think due to the controversial decision that was, that was made, and people going back and forth, I think it's going to be even bigger this time around. Both of us, promote fights well. We both can talk, and I think that's what people want to see. So I'm looking forward to it. That's one of the things you just don't know until it happens. And I'm looking forward to great numbers and even bigger the second time than the first time.
Yeah, and you've now had 2 rematches. Stavern in the first fight goes the distance, you knock him out in the first round. Ortiz you knock out a couple of rounds sooner. Is there any way Fury, in your mind, lasts the distance again?
I've never been good with predictions. That's one thing about me. But like I said before, don't blink. You just never know what's going to happen until it happens. And that's the amazing thing about me. Every fighter that fights me, they put up an amazing fight because they know what they in for. Their life is really on the line. And you must say it because I am the most devastating knockout artist in the heavyweight division by far. And when you fight me, you got to be careful, And so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to, fighting a lot of the top guys in the division. I said I only have 6 years in this sport that I want to dedicate my love, my energy, and passion to, and I mean that. So, I ask everyone, give me my roses right now. Give me my due respect and my credit right now. I am here, and I ain't going nowhere. My style is here. What I bring to boxing is here, and I ain't going nowhere. People always talk about skills and skills and skills, but as I can see it, I'm still undefeated. I'm knocking out everyone in our face, and these guys that have skills, they can beat. So, I mean, something got, I mean, it speaks for itself. So, at this point in time, I need my due respect, please.
Deontay, congratulations. You talk about the due respect, but a lot of people don't have you ranked in the top 10 pound for pound. Is there a message that you have for those people, and do you think you belong in that pound for pound list?
When they're dealing with pound for pound, I really don't. I don't think it belongs in the heavyweight division. We stay at one division. We can't go up and down like all these small guys. So, I don't really consider us really having a pound for pound. And you're always gonna have people say this and say that. You're gonna have people that like you. You're gonna have people that don't like you, and that's just part of life in general. I never worry about the things that I can't control or what people see and what they don't see. At the end of the day, you're gonna pay to see me win, you're gonna pay to see me lose, but at the end of the night, you're gonna get a great fight.
My other question for you is, at the Tyson Fury fight, you said the mistake that you made was celebrating too early when you had dropped him. When you knocked down Ortiz, you kind of celebrated again. Was there any concern that he might get up after you dropped him?
With the Tyson Fury thing, my only mistake that I made in that fight was not being patient. I felt at that moment in time I had the world in my hands. There was light shine on the heavyweight division, and we brought a lot of people out. So I wanted to do something that I know that I always do, and that's knock him out in a devastating fashion. And I also learned, early in my career that when I rush it, it never comes like I want to. And I rushed it. I kept rushing it and kept rushing it and kept rushing it. And it wasn't coming when I wanted to until the last ending, So that was the only mistake that I made in that fight. And what was the?
Did you think that Ortiz had any chance of getting up when you dropped him?
The way that he fell, and the way that he fell and the way his body language was looking, it was one side of me was like, man, he can't get up. And then, I looked back again to make sure that he wasn't getting up. And I think the referee did a great job of stopping that fight. We would have had him in the Fury fight, we wouldn't be talking about the Fury right now.
Hey, Deontay right here. Congratulations on a big win, a big knockout. My question for you is, as you kind of touched on, a lot of people talk about these fighters with these different set of skill sets that they have. Tonight, you displayed your patience. You kind of just touched on that moment, and that was impressive. Can you elaborate on that patience you showed tonight, And is that something you had to develop, or you kind of been working on that over time?
I mean, as a true champion right now, I'm still learning. You know, I started boxing late, so you know I'm still learning, and I love to learn. I love to continue to learn, because if I wasn't still learning, then this would be boring to me already. You know, the knockouts that I have, this would be like, it's boring now. You know, so I love to continue to learn, and with Ortiz again, I had to be smart. It was. I had to be smart, period. You know what I mean? Like I said, he's the most dangerous heavyweight in the division now. That's why you only see me giving him the opportunity. All these other guys, oh, he's old, but he proved that age ain't nothing but a number at the end of the night. You know what I mean? And so a lot of these guys, they worrying about losing their O's or records and different things like that. You know, and you know, I just don't worry. I like to put myself in fights that's meaningful to me. You know, I'm looking for legacy. You know, when I end my career, and when people think about boxing, the first name I want people to come to mind is Deontay Wilder. He did it better than anyone has ever done it. Even when the entrance, when I come in with my uniforms, no one's doing it. You know, like I'm doing it, and you know, it ain't to boast or brag. It's just when I look at the landscape of things and when I see what people want and stuff, that's what I want to give. I want to give people what they want to see. That's dramatic knockout and nice fashion, and that's what I bring all the time. I'm a true champion.
Who inspires your outfits?
Myself, you know, and I got a great team as well. I got a great team that makes things for me, and we collaborate. Most of the time they have things planned already in their head, and we're working on the next outfit right now.
Deontay, on your last fight with Ortiz, you were buzzed in the 7th round, and then you knocked him out in the 10th round. This time, in the 7th round, you knocked him out. What were you thinking before that knockout, and what did you see?
Before the knockout, I was just thinking that I wanted to calculate his movement. It was one point in time where I think throughout the whole fight, we was both calculating each other. I would see that he was look down at my feet, and I would see that. See, I don't have to look down because my peripheral is amazing, so I can look in the eyes and still see his whole body. We was definitely, you know, like a tug of war, battling between the feet positions. I wanted to get him at a certain angle before I really just threw the right hand. You know, I didn't really commit too much to the punches because it was just calculation. You know, and I had to do that with a fighter like Ortiz. You gotta do that. You know, you just can't go in there and do anything with him. He's too experienced to go in there. It'll be foolish of me, you know, and I'm not too naive to think that, oh, I'm the baddest man on the planet, I'm the champion, and I have power just to go in there and do anything. That's not me, you know. I give him all the respect. I respect him right now, and I respect him forever, you know, for the fighter that he is. He's a tremendous fighter. He has a tremendous skill, you know. I wish I had some of those skills. So if he retires, I hope that just come and wash out on me while I'm still here. But it was an amazing fight at the end of the night, and you can't ask more from two fighters in the ring.
All right, champ, right over here. You're always. Your battle cry is the bomb squad always, but watching you tonight, I had you behind in this fight, but all during the fight, you know, you resembled more of a sniper to me tonight than anything else, because you had that red laser and it was on his head, following him for 6 rounds, and I knew eventually you were gonna get him in the scope and pull the trigger. I mean, so I don't look at you, I look at you as more of a sniper than the leader of the bomb squad, at least in this fight.
You know, when I made bomb squad and the war cry that I said, bomb squad, I wish I never created it because, you know, at this point in time, it takes too much of my energy. It takes way too much. And at this point in time, you know, we count down how many times we're allowed to say it. Yeah, I wanted to pick. I'm a type of person I pick my shots. You know, I don't waste energy. with just throwing anything. That's why you see me just patient. You know, patient was essential for this fight. I knew I had to be smart, and I wanted to be patient. I knew I was going to wear him down at some point in time in the fight. It was a lot of times where he was showing me where, like, I would hit him on the shoulders and the arms and stuff, and just smart things like that, hit him on the shoulders and the arms, and he would indicate to me. I would see his emotion on his face that it was hurting him and bothering him at different times. But I'm definitely a sniper rifle for sure. You know, especially with an opponent like I had. That's why they say boxing styles make fights, and you got to have different weapons in your bag. And I definitely have different weapons. You know, although people only see the rocket launcher that come out at the end of the night, you know, but at the end of the day, that's what makes great fights, and that's gonna put me at the top of all these guys, you know, and just amazing. When you go back and look at the highlight reel, you know, my highlight reel is stacking up. It's pretty nice. You know, I go back and look at the highlight reel before the end of the night, and I'm like, who is this guy? You know, but I'm just blessed to be able to do what I do day in and day out, and just to share my energy amongst the world and display my talent. So I appreciate all the fans. I appreciate all the love and support that I've been receiving over the years, and you guys can only expect nothing but greatness from me from this point on, and great fights that I'm trying to give to the world and to the enemy. Like I said, I only have 6 years that I want to be in this sport. You know, this is a brutal sport. This is a sport where you know, it's a younger man's sport. It's a sport you can't stay in too long, and we've seen, we've seen what can happen if you take too many blows to the head, and I don't want to be a victim of that. So I'm playing this smart. Like I said, I'm gonna give my energy 6 more years, and I'm out of here. So, like I said, give me my flowers now. You ain't gonna regret it. Trust me. Thank you guys so much, and have a safe night. You gotta do it with me though. 1, 2, 3, Bomb Squad!
Thank you very much to the...
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.